Okay, good morning. Today is Wednesday, August 10th, day 171. I am just leaving Harrison Pierce's Pond camp. Had a pretty awesome stay there last night. So I slept in the cabin last night. And Tim, who runs the place, invited me to have dinner with a couple of his friends who came by last night. So after a nice hot shower, they treated me to the thickest, juiciest steaks from right off the grill. They were so good, perfectly cooked. We also had some sort of like fish chowder or something like that, which was good, and salad, and that was a really good dinner. And I was so fortunate to have been the only hiker there because they wouldn't have offered to share any of it had there been more people. So lucky me. And I got to sleep on a mattress, which was super comfortable, way more comfortable than my malfunctioning sleeping pad, I'll say. And the fire that I had going in the cabin kept the place nice and warm all night. So it was a really good night, and all my stuff finally dried out. I'm very happy about that. This morning, I had breakfast, and one other hiker whose name is Fish, he showed up this morning. So we both had breakfast, which included 12 pancakes, sausage links, blueberries, apples, raspberries in the pancakes, coffee, orange juice. Like, it was amazing. $40 well spent, if you ask me. And if you only plan to have breakfast there, it's like $12. But I paid the $40 for the night stay, which included breakfast, and it was worth it. So I think I'm going to be doing 22 miles today to Moxie shelter. So we've got a couple of small-ish climbs today over Pleasant Mountain and Moxie. They don't look super terrible, but I'm pretty sure they are going to slow me down a little bit, but should still be a pretty doable day that doesn't kill me, at least. And in about 3 miles, I will be reaching the Kennebec River, where I will have to get canoed across, as I was trying to explain yesterday. Apparently there are quite a few hikers who are looking to get across today, so I might have to wait in a little line, because they can only take a couple people at a time, but that's okay. It's about 8:45 in the morning now, and I have the whole day. I guess the only thing that I'm not super pleased with is the fact that it's a little chilly outside, and it's actually been a little chilly for the last few days, ever since we started getting this rain, which I guess it's better than the heat and humidity that I was seeing in the weeks prior. But back to those cold mornings again, like at the beginning of the hike. But I'm hopeful that it'll start to warm up a bit to some more comfortable temperatures later on today and into next week. So I'm happy about that. And we shouldn't be seeing too much rain today and tomorrow. Probably just some light sprinkles. which isn't bad. So yeah, we're just getting started today. Don't really feel like hiking. Don't really feel like carrying this pack. It's getting really annoying putting this pack on every day, but I'm just a week and a couple days away from being done. Looks like we have a little line. Then it's river crossing time.
Alright, who's going with leg?
So we made it across the river in one piece. Thank you to the guy who paddled us across, whose name I do not know. I didn't even bother to record because it's not all that interesting, to be honest. I mean, it was like a 3-minute ride across. And I'm back on the move. And I think today I might want to push a bigger day. So I said this morning I was going to do 22 miles to get me to Moxie shelter or whatever. But I think when I get to that shelter, which is now like 18 miles away, I might eat dinner there and then do another 8 miles to get to, is it called Horseshoe or Horse Canyon Shelter? One of those two. And that will put me about 10 miles outside of, or actually it might put me like 9 miles outside of Monson, where I'll be hiking into tomorrow. If I decide to stop at Moxie shelter, that'll put me 17 miles away from Monson. So maybe I can just suck it up, do a bigger day today. I mean, it would honestly be 31 miles. And, you know, have a Nero into Monson tomorrow and then 0 on Friday. So I think I might do that. This might be my first little night hike experience. So let's see how we feel. I mean, I'm gonna have to do these 2 climbs over Pleasant and Moxie Bald anyway. So let's just get them done today and make a push. I think that's how I'm feeling. All right, so I just made it here to the Bald Mountain Brook lean-to, which puts me at 18 miles on the day so far. And it's just a few minutes before 4 p.m. I haven't really recorded today because, you know, same old, same old. All I really did was go up and over Pleasant Pond Mountain. And now I'm about to tackle Moxie Bald Mountain, which thankfully does not look as steep as Pleasant Pond Mountain was. So in another 4 miles, once I get up and over this mountain, that'll take me to Moxie Bald lean-to. And that'll put me at 22 miles on the day. And that's where I was initially planning to stop today. But I think I'm just gonna get there in like an hour and some change, make dinner and eat. And then I will tackle the last 9 miles to Horseshoe Canyon lean-to. So I'm gonna be hiking into the night tonight. So yeah, that's the plan. For those of you who may be wondering, no, I did not take the bad weather bypass around Moxie Bald Mountain. But I will say I was tempted, probably the most tempted that I've been the entire trail, to take a bypass. But as you can see, I am making the final approach now up this stupid rock slab. And it's starting to rain. So even though I don't want to be hiking anymore, I don't want to be on this trail anymore, I'm still giving it an honest effort. So I just wanted y'all to know that. See? The summit. And since it's raining, I really need to get out of here. And I might be putting a cap on my 31-mile day because I don't think it's worth getting wet. So the rain kind of faked me out a little bit. Started coming down as I was going over Moxie Bald. So I decided to stop here at, what is the shelter called? Bald Mountain Pond Shelter. So I'm not making the 31-mile push anymore because I didn't want to night hike through the rain. It just felt kind of stupid. And still a 22-mile day, so made out pretty good. Got here in good time, and that's probably because I did not stop once to take any breaks aside from that canoe ride across the Kennebec. So tomorrow we've got a pretty easy 18-mile walk into Monson, and then I will take a zero on Friday before entering the 100-mile wilderness. So I'm ready to get to town. I'm ready to take a zero, and then I'll be ready to wrap this whole thing up. So it is 7:45 a.m. on Thursday, August 11th, day 172. It's pretty much, we've got 18 miles to do today to get to the road that leads into Monson. So I will be staying at Shaw's Hiker Hostel, which is pretty much the last hostel before entering the 100-mile wilderness, and also basically the last hostel on the AT before Katahdin. So I'll be there today, and then I will be zeroing there tomorrow, just taking a day off before I tackle the 100-mile wilderness. So for those who don't know, this wilderness obviously is 100 miles in length, and it is one of the more remote wilderness areas in Maine, if not the most remote. So there are not a whole lot of access points once you go in. I think there's only maybe like a couple roads that you could take to get out if need be. But for northbound through hikers, the 100-mile wilderness is the last big stretch before you hit Katahdin and end your through hike. So I'm excited to have this come to an end. As we all know, it's been a long 6 months. A long 6 months. And there were some folks back at the shelter who I've known and who I've been around for a little bit, and we were all talking about how ready we are to get off this trail and go back to doing some simple, normal life things, eating normal food again, and maybe some healthy food, because it's been nothing but sugar, basically. And we were talking about the possibilities of any of us doing other through hikes. For some people, this isn't their first through hike, but for most of us, it is. And when it got around to me, whether I think I'm gonna do another through hike or not, I guess I don't really have an answer to that question right now. I mean, if I were to base it off this experience, which is all I really have so far, I would say another through hike doesn't sound the most appealing. I mean, I thought I would come out onto the AT and find a place that feels like it fits for me, but I don't feel that. I don't love this trail anymore. I haven't loved a lot of the people who I've come across, and I just haven't felt like, I just don't feel like I belong here. So if I don't belong here, how am I gonna feel like I belong anywhere else as it relates to the through hiking community? So we talked about that a little bit, and yeah, I think mostly we're all just excited to be done, especially me. So I'm not gonna waste too much time today talking. It's supposed to be a fairly easy 18 miles. No real climbs, actually, yeah, no real climbs, no mountains to go over. Pretty much just a straight, flat-ish shot into Monson. So I love that. Love that. Oh, and I almost forgot that I need to get to the road by 2 o'clock. So I have like 6 hours to plug these 18 miles, which shouldn't really be a problem. It's a 3-mile-an-hour pace, and with this terrain, I think I should be able to do it because Shaw's Hiker Hostel runs free shuttle pickups at 12, 2, 4, and 6. I definitely am not going to make it there by 12 unless I really haul ass, which I'm not really doing. But I feel confident in making it there by 2. If I don't get there by 2, then I'm going to have to sit there until 4 or try to hitch a ride. So 2 o'clock is what I'm going for, because then that'll still give me a good portion of the day to, you know, get chores done and relax a bit. And then I'll have pretty much all day tomorrow to relax. So that's the plan. So this may be a controversial opinion, but this is my opinion, so I don't really care. But Maine fucking sucks. There's no way around this little pond, so I'm gonna have to go through it. And we're about to get pretty wet, so here goes, I guess. I don't even know the first step to take. Basically, I'm gonna have to just get right in. Fuck me. All right, let's zoom out so we can really get into this. Oh, this is gonna suck. I don't wanna do it. It's gonna suck. I'm not taking my shoes off, so forget it. All right, fuck it. Oh. To hell with that. I hate Maine. Oh my God, we have another one. I don't want to do this. This water looks nasty. Oh my God, how do I get over there? Oh, that looks so nasty. I don't want to I'm about to cry. I don't want to do this. Yo, that's so deep. And it's nasty looking. I'm definitely not taking my shoes off either. God, there's freaking frogs in here. I'm stuck and I really don't know what to do. This is nasty. And I hear someone, so maybe I'll wait and see what they do.
Just blink.
My God.
It's not as bad as it looks. It's a step down. Yeah, you'll be all right.
Oh my God.
Whew.
Fuck it. Get all those curse words.
You ruled it, man. You beat it. Sweet.
I have one word for this trail. Go to hell. Oh my God, that was freaking disgusting. You couldn't even see the bottom of that nasty ass, whatever that was. Ugh. Oh, that creeped me out. And they are so lucky I'm going to town today because I get to take a shower and I'm gonna wash all this disgusting shit off. That is nasty. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's time for me to go home. I gotta go home. I can't. The AT is some bullshit. I hate it. Fuck it. Seriously, what is happening today? Now I have to cross this? Ah, the trail goes over there. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is crazy and ridiculous. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my. Why are they doing this? Why? Why? Someone explain to me why. I don't get it. I don't get why. Please, someone, make it make sense to me. Why? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, that's a frog. Why? Ugh. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is insane. So this is the one and only view of the day. In 5 hours, I've put in 15.5 miles. Pretty much just trying to get to the road as quickly as possible. So at this point, I'm just 2 miles away and I will comfortably make it there before 2 o'clock. So I'm catching that free shuttle into Monson to go to Shaw's. It is my favorite time of the day because the day is over, at least hiking wise. I basically put in 18 miles in under 6 hours, so I was really pushing it. And we've got a little trail magic here. All that's really left are oranges and a couple bottles of water, so I grabbed me an orange. And I only have to wait about 30 minutes for the shuttle to come pick me up and take me to Shaw's. At this point, we have just 125-ish miles to Katahdin, and then this journey will be over.
Afternoon, buddy.
Welcome to Shaw's Hiker Hostel in Monson, Maine. Today is Saturday, August 13th, day 174. Had a relaxing 0 yesterday. And today I'm hiking out, but not quite because I'm slack packing. So I'll be right back here later on this afternoon to stay another night. All right, what's good, everyone? There's another day back on the AT, day 174, and I just got dropped off in the 100-mile wilderness. So I decided to do a little slack packing through like the first 30 miles of the wilderness, because the first 30 miles is known to be a bit challenging with a lot of ups and downs. So rather than trying to hike through that with my full pack, decided it would be a better option to slack pack because I'm pretty tired. So I got to enjoy a nice 0 day at Shaw's hostel, and it was pretty relaxing. Just laid around most of the day. Got some food, and they make a really good breakfast, by the way. And I got my last resupply done. So super excited that this is coming to an end. And at this point, we have just 7 days left. Planning to summit Katahdin next Friday, the 19th, which is day 180. And that'll make it exactly 6 months. So that'll be cool. Can't wait to finish. Can't wait to go home. I can't wait to see my friends and family. And I can't wait to talk to people about stuff other than hiking. So I'm so sick of that conversation. Even at the breakfast table this morning, there are these guys just going on and on about all the other trails that they've hiked. And I'm like, please, I've heard enough from all of you. I don't care. So many other things in the world. But these are the kind of people that I've been around all this time, who just get so consumed with hiking. Anyways, I'm not gonna focus on that too much. I'm already over it. I know we've got like 3 or 4 stream crossings today, so my feet are gonna be wet. And there are a lot of hills, including this one that I'm going up now, just to get to the AT from the little parking lot. But I'm gonna haul ass today, just like I did the other day, to get back to the parking lot as quickly as possible so that I can get back to Shaw's and spend the second half of the day relaxing. So I'll check back in with y'all in a little bit. So this may be a bit confusing because I'm hiking southbound today. However, where I'm standing right now is mile 2094.3, which is exactly 100 miles away from Katahdin and the northern terminus of the AT. Now, because I'm slack packing today and hiking southbound, I haven't actually hit this mile marker yet. But by the end of today, once I get back to the parking lot, I will be a little less than 100 miles away from Katahdin. So it's just a little confusing because I'm slack packing and hiking southbound instead of northbound today. But in a couple days, I'll be moving northbound again, so the mileage will be more accurate. First ford of the day is done. Feet are wet, but that's all right. We've got some more stream crossings today. Feet gotta get wet. Thank goodness for this rope to hold on to. So I think the next time I have a crossing like that, if there is another one, I'm going to try to get on the downstream side of the rope instead of upstream like I just was, because pretty much the current is trying to push me downstream. And so if I'm on the downstream side of the rope, I can sort of pull on the rope to get some tension, and that should help me maintain better balance. Whereas when I just did that crossing, the current was trying to push me into the rope, and so I was pretty much using the rope to not fall over. There's definitely a better way that I could have done that, and thanks to that hiker who was on the other side watching me, because he gave me that tip. So I'm definitely going to use it, and I will not be recording any more stream crossings because it is quite dangerous, and those rocks on the bottom are very slippery, and I need to just pay attention and use my trekking poles to help keep balance. So just wanted y'all to see sort of what the trail and the 100-mile wilderness consists of, but I'm not going to keep taking too many risks with me being this close to Katahdin. So yeah. All right, so it is about 1:15 in the afternoon. And I only have 1.5 miles to go. I've done 13.5 miles in about 5 hours. And I've been hauling just like I said I would to catch that free 2 o'clock shuttle back to the hostel. And my day will be over. And that's exactly what I wanted. So I hiked as fast as I needed to today, and I have not stopped for a break. I've barely eaten a single snack. I literally only had one thing, and I have not had a single sip of water. Is that smart? No, not at all. Definitely would not recommend or encourage. But at this point, Katahdin is just right there. So I don't care. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know how to push myself without overdoing it or without killing myself. So that's what I'll be doing a little bit this week. But I was debating whether I wanted to slack pack another 15 miles tomorrow to get through the chairbacks section, which is a lot of just quick but steep ups and downs like today was. And I still haven't decided if I want to do that or not, or if I just want to get all my stuff and hike on out of the hostel tomorrow. I think I might be leaning towards just getting my stuff and hiking out, because sort of having to think about timing your day to catch one of these free shuttles and not having to wait at the parking lot or try to hitch a ride back into town. I'd much rather not have to deal with that and just to be able to take my time getting through the day. And I bought 4 days worth of food for my last resupply. Pretty much on average, a northbounder might take like 5 to 6 days getting through the 100-mile wilderness, but I refuse to carry 5 to 6 days of food at one time. So that's the main reason why I decided to slack pack today. So this is day 1, and then it'll take me another 4 days to get through this section and into Baxter State Park. So I'm okay with carrying 4 days of food, but not 5. So yeah, I think I might decide to hike out tomorrow. Just take my time getting through the chairbacks, which is a little mountain range here in the wilderness. And then after that, it would be one last little range of climbs up to Whitecap Mountain. And then the rest of the wilderness is pretty much a flat stretch into Baxter. So I'm looking forward to getting through the next couple days and having an easier time in the back half. But yeah, very happy to almost be done for today, and then I'll go back and think about what I want to do. All right, so at this point I am 1/10 of a mile away from the parking lot, so I'm pretty much done for the day. It is right around 1:40, so I've got 20 minutes to spare before the shuttle comes. But I just wanted to show you all that this is the official sign that says that you are entering the 100-mile wilderness. So I've already knocked 15 miles of it out today, and over the next 4 days I'll knock out the last 85. And once I make it through this section, that'll put me just about 15 miles away from the summit of Katahdin, where this journey will come to an end. Good morning, all. It's 7:30 a.m. on Sunday, August 14th, day 175. Just got dropped back off in the 100-mile wilderness where we started hiking south yesterday. And today we are resuming our northbound hike. So let's get after it. All right, so some updates here on this day 175 on trail. For starters, last night was probably one of the best nights I've experienced at a hostel so far on the AT. Everybody was just sort of hanging out. We made a fire, roasting marshmallows, just chilling, hanging out and spending time with each other as hikers and some of the staff that work at Shaw's. And I can't think of another hostel experience quite like that. And it's sort of unfortunate that it came at the very end. Last night was the last night that I will be spending in a hostel. And I'm down to my last 6 days of hiking. So I think I'm ending this hike on a much better note than what I expected, because y'all know that I've been pretty over it for quite a while now. But it's definitely improved over the last several weeks, although the terrain has gotten a lot tougher and harder. Just the general overall experience. And I feel like a lot of the nobos are recognizing that we are coming to the end, that we're not going to be seeing each other anymore after this. So for the most part, everyone's been a lot more pleasant to be around. So I can appreciate that. And I think when I summit Katahdin, I might actually have some positive feelings and reflections, which I wasn't sure I was gonna have. So as far as today, as I mentioned already, I am hiking northbound again through the 100-mile wilderness. But as you can see, I don't have a full pack, and that is because poet and hippie chick who runs Shaw's gave me the option of slack packing again today. So I took them up on that just to get over this chairbacks range, which has quite a bit of elevation gain. And they're going to meet me and the other hikers who are slacking today about 15 miles north at an access road, and they're gonna bring the rest of our gear, and then I will continue going north with all of my stuff again. So slacking has definitely made yesterday and now today a lot easier. So we're starting off the day with, I think, the biggest climb of the day, up to Barren Mountain Peak, something like that. And I'm a little more than I'm about halfway up the climb now. But once we get up on the ridge, we'll pretty much be walking on the ridge line for most of the day, going over this series of peaks, which thankfully all the climbs after this one are smaller. But it's still just a lot of up and down. And yeah, today's Sunday, and on Friday this week I should be summiting Katahdin, which is insane but exciting. It's drizzling a little bit this morning, but I think it's supposed to stop in the next hour, and then we should be pretty clear for the rest of the day. And this is a pretty beautiful view, which I will show you. But yeah, I'm still ready to get this over with, even though I toyed with the idea of taking another 0 today, since we were all hanging out last night and getting a little loose, I'll say. But gotta keep moving because I do want to get this done. But let's look at the view real quick. So it looks like we have yet another, and this actually might be the last native land acknowledgement of this through hike. So it looks like this area of Monson, Maine, and the 100-mile wilderness was occupied by the Wabanaki, Indakina, and Penobscot tribes. And I apologize if I'm pronouncing any of those wrong. I did my best. And yeah, with less than 100 miles to go, I am not sure if we will enter any more territories, but we'll have to see as we inch closer to Katahdin. But if in fact this is the last land acknowledgement, I just want to thank everyone for listening and, you know, just being supportive. And I thank those who choose to stand in solidarity with Indigenous groups, as do I, because to me this stuff is important. It was important to call out these lands, acknowledge them for who they truly belong to. And I feel that that has helped propel me through this hike, and I feel the residual energies of those native groups, and I feel that they have blessed me with traveling mercy and protection because I chose to pay respects to them. So I would like to say thank you to those energies, those spirits, for keeping me safe on this through hike. I know I'm not quite done yet, so I hope that I continue to remain safe. And I hope everything this week goes as smooth as it possibly can, because I just want to get to that sign on Katahdin and then go home. But yeah, thank you all for sticking with me through this. All right, made it to the peak of Barren Mountain. Unfortunately, this is one tower that I will not be climbing because there's nothing up there. So it's gonna be a no for me this time. Here we go. 2,100 miles. This is unreal. I have 94.3 miles to go. That is insane. I'm going to finish this. Oh my gosh. So crazy. I was informed in Monson of this plane wreckage that's just here on the side of this mountain. So from what I've been told, the people involved survived and were okay. But I guess there was no way to get this out of here. It's pretty wild. So it is a little past 11:30, and I've decided to stop at this beautiful viewpoint just to have a little snack. Actually, I need to eat a lot more than what I am eating today because I have a pretty full food bag, and I don't think any of my snacks that I have right now will fit in my food bag at the end of the day. So I need to be eating as much as possible. So basically, I packed out 4 full days of food. So 4 breakfasts, 4 lunches, 4 dinners, and snacks to get me through the next 4 days. And yeah, that should pretty much take me all the way through to Katahdin. Once I get to A-Ball Bridge, which is basically where you leave the 100-mile wilderness and enter Baxter State Park, they have a little convenience store there. So I may need to pick up a few more things just for those last couple of days. But aside from that, I'm in good shape. So happy to be slack packing today over these chair backs. And yeah, since I'm hiking or slack packing with others, we all sort of have to get to the road at the same time to meet our shuttle driver who's bringing the rest of our gear. So I believe I am well ahead of the rest of them. So I've been taking it pretty easy today, not really hiking fast, not really in a rush. And I haven't really taken advantage of days like this, just like taking it slow, taking extended breaks, not feeling like I need to be anywhere at any given time. And, you know, usually I'm just racing through the day just to get the day over with and to get to the next shelter or campsite or whatever. But today I'm in no rush. And I think all this week I'm going to be in no rush, basically. So it is just about 3:30 now. Now I've just made it to Katahdin Ironworks Road. This is where the folks from Shaw's are going to come and meet us with our gear. So once they get here, I'm going to pack up and continue another 6 miles to the Carl Newhall campsite. Thankfully, today has been a lot easier than yesterday. And at this point, I'm pretty much finished with the chairbacks. So all that's left to do is this one last mountain range, which will take me up to White Cap tomorrow morning. So yeah, we're making our way through the 100-mile wilderness. All right, so hippie chick from Shaw's Hiker Hostel just showed up with our gear. So I'm back to rocking the full pack with a full 4 days of food. And you can definitely tell the difference. I'm a little heavier now, but it's nothing that I'm not used to by this point. So thankfully, I've just got 6 more miles to do today to get to Carl Newhall Shelter, where I will be staying tonight. It is mostly uphill, but thankfully it is a nice gradual incline, nothing steep. And yeah, it's a little after 4, so I should be getting there around I don't know, maybe like 6:30, something like that. As soon as I can figure out a way over this tree, this down tree. It's so annoying. I cannot wait to not have to leap over down trees anymore. All right, let's finish this day up. Can y'all believe I am just 84 miles away from Katahdin? I remember back when I was 2,194.3 miles away, and now I'm just 84 miles away. That's insane. Oh my gosh. Good morning. It's a little after 6 a.m. on Monday, August 15th, day 176. I'm tired despite getting a full 8.5 hours of sleep last night, but it's time to get up. We've got more miles to do today. I slept pretty good last night. There was a mouse running around, which was annoying, but thankfully it didn't bother me at all. I can't wait to not have to jump up at 6 a.m. anymore. I mean, I don't have to, but you know, when you got so many miles to hike every day, it's nice to get an earlier start. Yeah, this time next week I'll be at home in bed until 11. That'll be nice. All right, so it is 8 o'clock on the dot, and we are just getting started for today. Plan for today is to do about 19 miles to end at Cooper Brook Lean-To. The first half of the day might be a little challenging, but I don't think it's going to be too challenging. Starting off the day going over 4 peaks back to back to back. The climbs aren't super huge, but each one does look fairly steep. So I'm gonna be breaking a sweat this morning, going over Golf Haggis Mountain, which I'm starting that climb right now. After that is West Peak, and then Hay Mountain, and the last one is Whitecap Mountain. And pretty much these are the last mountains that I will have to go up and over before Katahdin. So after Whitecap, I will descend back down into the valley, and then the next 50 miles or so through the rest of the 100-mile wilderness and into Baxter State Park is pretty flat and easy terrain from what I've been told. There will be no more mountains between Whitecap and Katahdin. No more real climbs. Just a couple of small hills that look pretty easy. So I'm ready to get these few climbs out of the way this morning so that I can coast the rest of the day and the rest of this week, actually, up to Baxter State Park and Katahdin. So I had a pretty okay night's sleep last night in the shelter. I was the only one who slept in the shelter just because I don't feel like setting up my tent, and Maine seems to find a way to drop some rain pretty much every night, and I didn't feel like dealing with a wet tent. So yeah, it's pretty much the plan for today. This will probably be the last day that I record for this video, and then tomorrow we'll start the final episode, which is crazy to think about, including today, Monday. I'm just 5 days away from the finish line, so I will be summiting Katahdin on Friday, and I'm very excited, and I'm ready to close this chapter of my life, ready to see what's next, ready to start figuring some things out. So yeah, I can't wait. So yeah, it's pretty much all for now. I will start getting up and over these peaks, and then I will update you all a little later. So I've already gotten one peak out of the way, which was Gulf Haggis Mountain. And now I'm working my way up the second, which is West Peak. And yeah, these climbs aren't as difficult as I was expecting them to be, which is a good thing. These first two climbs aren't really that steep. Well, Gulf Haggis was kind of steep, and that was the steepest climb out of the four. West Peak is the second steepest, and it's really not that steep at all. And all of these climbs today are pretty short, like they're less than a mile each lengthwise. So it's a little bit of hard work, but you get to the top pretty quickly. And yeah, today really shouldn't be that difficult at all. Because like I said, once these four peaks are done with, that's it pretty much until Katahdin. Okay, it just got a little steep, but I've seen worse than this. These stone steps do a good job of taking a lot of the brain power out of climbing, because you don't have to think so much about where your next step is going to be when it's all nicely laid out for you like this. I think the hardest thing about these stone steps are that they're not like normal steps that you would find in a house or an apartment building. Like every step is not evenly spaced apart. Some steps are really big and take a lot of energy and momentum. And other steps are smaller. But yeah, making our way up. All right, so we have peak number 3 out of 4, Hay Mountain. The last one and the highest point in this range is Whitecap. And it looks like a fairly easy climb up. And hopefully I will get my first glimpse of Katahdin from up there since it's not that far away anymore. So let's see.
This is like one of the
Just reached the summit of Whitecap Mountain.
Great, you got a good day for it too.
Oh, it feels so good. No more serious climbing. Well, barely any climbing left at all until Katahdin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You want to know what K stands for? Mount Katahdin. That's it, off in the distance. Highest peak in Maine, from what I understand. And I just have to walk that way to get up to the summit. That's where that big brown sign is. That's where the northern terminus of this Appalachian trail is. At this point, I'm probably 60-something miles away. So on Friday, I will make the push to the summit, and this chapter will come to a close. Feeling a lot of different things right now, but mostly excited. So it's around 1:40. I've done about 10 and a half miles today so far. I just took a little break at East something lean-to, whatever that shelter is called. And I've only got 8 more miles to get to Cooper Brook, where I am stopping for the day. Since I got those climbs out of the way this morning, it's been a fairly easy day. It was a long way down Whitecap, but once I got to the bottom, it's pretty much been smooth-ish walking. Well, by the AT standards are concerned, it's pretty smooth indeed. So that makes me happy. So yeah, I know I said there's no more real climbing until Katahdin, and that is true. I do have a little hill to go over in these next 3 miles, but doesn't really look like any trouble at all. So I'm just gonna get that out of the way, and then it's really just a flat walk for the last 5 miles, or just a gradual downhill walk to the shelter. So that is going to be the best, and I think I'll probably finish a little early today, like around, I don't know, 4 o'clock, 4:30 at the latest probably. I don't anticipate really stopping again or taking any more breaks. I would rather be done for the day. So we're gonna get these 8 miles done as quickly as possible. Oh, and I think I might have another like stream to ford coming up. There was a lady back at the shelter who said that she just forded something and she fell, but thankfully she's okay. So yeah, I haven't been stopping to take my shoes off when it comes time to ford one of these streams, just because I'm lazy, and taking your shoes off and socks off to put your camp shoes on to go across, and then having to stop again, like put your socks and shoes back on and then clip your camp shoes to your pack again, like that's just too much. So I'm all right with my feet getting a little wet, and usually as I continue hiking, my shoes and socks start to dry out during the day. They were a little damp after the crossing yesterday, and so I just left them out at night, and they were just a little damp this morning, but after wearing them for a few hours now, they've dried out. But you know, I'm just lazy. Anything that's going to take extra time or take me out of the way, I'm paying it. So if we have to cross more streams, we will be doing so with shoes and socks on. Oh well. So I made it the 19 miles here to Cooper Brook Falls lean-to. It's pretty loud because there's literally a waterfall right in front of the lean-to, which you just saw. So rather than sleeping in the lean-to like I would normally do, I decided to set up my tent at a little tent site right up the hill for various reasons. The main of which being there are a lot of mosquitoes here, with this watering hole being literally right in front of the shelter. And I don't really want to have mosquitoes buzzing in my ear all night tonight. So I'll be protected by the netting of my tent. Also, the tent sites up the hill are literally right off the trail. So rather than having to hike out of here and go uphill with all my stuff tomorrow morning, I can just pack my bag and just be right on trail and ready to go. So yeah. Also, I wanted to try to get away from the noise of the falls a little bit because, I mean, it's quite noisy and it's going to be a noisy night, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm here, just gonna eat dinner, and then chill for the rest of the day. And it's still pretty early. It's right around 5 o'clock, so got time to rest. And I did take a look at the map to check out the terrain for tomorrow, and it's going to be the flattest 21.5 miles I have hiked so far on trail, and that I'm very excited about. I think tomorrow we have a total elevation gain of like 1,300 feet as opposed to today, which was over 4,000 feet. So that's really good. There's only one hill, and then it's pretty much just a cakewalk aside from that. And I think that should hold up all the way into Baxter State Park. So very pleased, very pleased. And there's only 4 more days of hiking, so I'm really excited. It's almost done.